And I'll scroll down a little bit farther so you guys can see where you are at. Just looking at other epic replays that people have submitted. I can do the Z35 in Zath Chat. Okay, we'll start with that one. You've come in 6th and 29th, and you don't even show up in the top 27. That is true. We'll have to see how the points stack up over time here, because if I click on place, if I click on points, the placing's a little bit different. That's kind of weird. In any case, let's get to our warships page. There we go. And this is Khan's Z35 game. Oh, Smith Winston's in here too. Cool. And so these are epic games, guys, that are going to be covered while we talk about topics that you guys would like to discuss. So there's a couple of topics that we are going to bring up that I want to talk about real quickly. One, I'd love to know what you guys, the viewers, thought about the way that we were able to announce the Zeven Provincien and, what was it, the Constitution? Or is it Constellation? What did you guys think of that process?
Personally, I liked it in itself. So yeah. By the way, a proper name is Zeven Provincien of the Dutch ship.
I'm sorry, say that again, please.
Zeven Provincien.
Zeven Provincien.
So yeah, if you want to, I can give you all the names of the proposed line.
That would be really helpful, actually. Here's what I'm going to do. Let me turn your volume up just a little bit. All right, and I'm going to also stop the music so that we can hear you as clearly as possible. So Dutch is now going to go ahead and pronounce every ship in our line that's been announced.
Okay. The first one, the Tier 1, Van Kinsbergen. The second one, the Tier 2, Gelderland. The third one, the Tier 3, Java. The Tier 4, De Ruiter.
I was wondering about how to pronounce that. I've always called it De Ruiter, and I never thought it was right.
No, it's that one.
The
Tier 5, Celebes. The Tier 6, Kijkduin. The Tier 7, Eendracht. And that would translate to unity.
Okay.
The Tier 7 Premium, Zeven Provincien, or 7 provinces.
Right.
The Tier 8, Haarlem, which, well, you probably know as Haarlem. The Tier 9, Johan de Wit. And the Tier 10, Gouden Leeuw, or Golden Lion.
Ah, okay. Excellent.
So that would be the names of the ships as currently proposed.
Well, thank you, Dutch.
You're welcome.
My question to you, the question or the proposal, the thing you want to talk, is how these ships were announced. I don't even have a clue what we're talking about.
Wargaming this week did a couple of things that are a little bit different, and Putin, I'm glad that you bring that up because not a lot of people have been following everything.
I mean, we're at the end of clan battles, and obviously I have other things that I consider a little bit more important that I'm not going to talk about. I just find it interesting that I'm like still absolutely clueless.
So during the course of the week, Wargaming allowed CCs, myself included, C Raptor included, and StatsBloke, and I can't remember the other EU CC, as well as 2 Asian and 2 Russian CCs, to at the exact same time announce new ships in the game. So Raptor on Tuesday night on his stream announced the Congress, which is kind of like an Alaska Light. It's a tier 8 Alaska, it seems. And interestingly enough, they gave him stats about the ship that he could talk about. So the proposed hit points, all that kind of stuff. And then on Wednesday, myself and a whole bunch of others, we announced the Zeven Provincien at the exact same time as well. But we were not given stats. All we had was the teaser video, and then we could talk about it and that sort of thing. And that's about it. So then on Thursday's stream, they revealed the stats for the Zeven Provincien, and they also released that there's going to be an entire line of Dutch cruisers. Now, this line is very interesting because it has, for its gimmick, once it gets to a certain high enough tier, it can call in what they call an airstrike, which is like literally like you supposedly select an area on the sea, you click the button, and then bombers come in and drop that area. Who knows what it's going to mean for the game, we'll have to see, but that's something that they have put that in there. And so you can check it out on my YouTube if you want. You can find that link there on the video. Actually, let me see if I can just find the video for you guys, so you can see what I'm talking about. Deadliest, you said it was nice to give certain people boosts to their like YouTube channels and stuff. Dude, you have no idea. Like in one day, I went over 2,000 views in one day. Normally, within 24 hours for me, I've got like 30 views or something. So to go over 2,000 was just ridiculous, awesome, everything in between. So we had some real fun with that. And some of you guys know I'm trying to get monetized, so like that was kind of like perfect timing for me. There you go. Thank you very much, Document. That's the direct YouTube video to the Zeven Provincien launch, and what I did was I went even farther, talked about her real life characteristics, a little bit about her history, and then I actually went and found where she is in real life right now, which is in a dock in Lima, Peru. So that was really cool. And then this video here is where I literally just played the video without me talking and just allowed people to look into it more zoomed in, and that one was a lot of fun too. Malarkey said you were thinking, which is dangerous, but you've been really lucky, doing great. Why not give your prize to someone else? If you want to, Malarkey, that's up to you. It's subscriber camouflage, so I mean, I've got plenty of them, so don't worry about that at all, man. Did I not give you the code? I thought I did. Yeah, I gave you the code. So that's the code. It's in chat. It's been whispered to you, and you can just, if you want to give it to somebody else, then hey, you do you. That's up to you. But there's your code either way.
Yeah. Also, one thing I'm thinking of when I watched the announcement of the Zeven Provincien in Stats channel, and it basically allowed for a bit of debate with Stats, at that point Painter and Killerbin, who were in the stream, which you normally would not get if it's either announced in the dev log or on the official stream, which was really nice as well.
I really like that too, because it didn't feel like it was just one person weighing in and then kind of clouding everyone's judgment. It was like everybody had a chance to take a look at it, form their own opinions, and then see it on stream later, where they can kind of talk about it and ask questions or have. I think I would agree with you. The quality of chat was much more rich as a result. So I thought that was really cool. World of Snowplows. Any other comments or thoughts on the way that Wargaming is doing that moving forward with CC's announcing stuff, or the Dutch line itself that's been announced now?
Well, the Dutchy weighing in, of course, happy with it. Um, in general, from what I've come across, it's pretty much a more or less real line. Actually, more real than quite a few lines.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the one that didn't exist in this form would be the Celebes, which was supposed to be the third Java class, when then to be upgraded in the 1930s. But she has some notion that there was a concept idea about it, how to upgrade that class.
Mm-hmm.
The Eendracht, the Kijkduin, and the Zeven Provincien are the three iterations of the same ship because the Zeven Provincien was developed in the 1930s, laid down in 1939. During the war, they changed the build plan. That would be the second one, the Kijkduin, would be the original, and the premium would be the one as she was commissioned in 1953. Basically, the only completely invented ship would be the Haarlem. Even the Tier 10 was actually a proposed Dutch design that, if the war hadn't intervened, would have been laid down. They were that far. It was supposed to be a battle cruiser to counter the Japanese battle cruisers.
Mm.
Some call the design the baby Scharnhorst, saying it was basically a copy of the German one. That's not true, though the Dutch wanted to cooperate with the Germans in the design. And I know, at least on the European forums, that ship has been been begged for by quite a few people. That battle cruiser design, even more so than the Zeven Provincia.
Hmm.
And also, which some people look into, it's the first Tech 3 supercruiser based
Yes.
on the release stats. So the first Tech 3 version of, say, Alaska, Moscow, Stalingrad. Personally, the absence of quite a few common names for Dutch ships, basically other 17th century admirals mostly, suggests that at least destroyer Tech 3 is upcoming as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of these ships that like I knew about the Java, of course, because of World War II, and the the Reuter. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ruiter, yeah.
So I knew about those ships from World War II, but most of the others I had no idea about. Obviously, they had planned to do more, before the war came out and stuff like that. So like I didn't know that the Tier 10 existed, until I did my video and somebody said something about that. And that was like really cool. Like I thought that was a lot of fun to be able to learn more about a ship, like a country's navy than I knew about myself personally. So like, like I said on my video, I got to geek out like a lot. That was just
Yeah,
so fun.
apparently they were pretty much close to ordering it and starting the build of the Tier 10 ship when the Germans came in.
Okay.
But the design is completely there. I don't know who mentioned it in, I think it was in Zath Chat, somebody that basically wargaming for this complete line got complete access to the Dutch Naval Archives. So they
Okay.
got the drawings.
Gotcha.
Which also means that some people are quite upset about the rather idiotic funnels, which are completely invented.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, um, they're not even close to what was proposed of the high tier ships.
Okay.
But in general, yeah, the ships are. That's why I said the Tech 3 is more real than quite a few Tech 3s currently present in game.
That's one thing that had me so pumped and excited when I was doing the Zeven Provincian video was like I'm talking about a real ship. I'm talking about a ship that's got history to it. I'm talking about a ship that was in service until what, 1997? Like that's pretty
Its
awesome.
sister was the 2017.
2017, okay.
Like their two sisters, the Ruiter and the Zeven Provincia. Both were sold to Peru, and one of them served until 2017.
Right. And like to me that was just the coolest thing. And I've been to Lima before, so to think that there's now going to be a museum ship there, like to me, that's just awesome.
So
Just
yeah, personally looking forward to the Vine.
good, good. I'm just taking a look at chat. There's some talk about what's going to happen with the Friesland. Um, we're not sure yet. I thought I heard someplace about captains being copied or something. I don't know. Did they say anything on the
Um,
official about that?
As I hear from from the worship stream from Mr. Conway and Chris Santos, is that Friesland's going to be put over, and there is going to be a copy of the commander.
So, somebody was mentioning that, and I think it was Gary, said, I don't want to have to grind up another 21-point captain. Keep an eye on that, Gary, because if they do make that happen, then Friesland is like suddenly became the best ship you could buy because it might give you a duplicate 21-point captain on the new line of ships. That's really cool. Puddin', if you're still here, Malarkey would like to spread the joy around and get another giveaway going in his name, if you don't mind putting that together.
Yeah, I don't think. I know the debate was about that same problem in Statsblog stream last night, and they had no idea yet either what will happen, how they will do it with the captains.
All we can do is wait and see what Wargaming announces and how they want to make it happen. So, you know, I would say don't panic, don't freak out, and all that. Just wait and see. That's all we can do right now. Seeing some chat about Wargaming good, Wargaming bad. That's fine. That's cool. Ash, I got your Borgon on Zigzag. I'll be covering that in the Zath Chat portion if you don't mind. So SCT says yes. Panic and everything. And Glacial gets us to our next topic, I suppose.